Let's now talk about ordered entailments or the order between various entailments which emerge from a sentence. Entailment has been defined by Crystal and by some other researchers in various ways. However, Crystal defines it as a relationship between a pair of sentences in which the truth of second sentence emerges is necessarily connected with the truth of the first statement or sentence. For example, if you can see the example here, I can see a dog. And the second sentence is, I can see an animal. So if the first one is true, which is I can see a dog in this example, the second one would also be true. So the truth of the second sentence necessarily uh, flows from or follows from the truth of the first one. Generally speaking, entailment is not a pragmatic concept. It is generally said by the critics of the phenomenon that entailment has been included in various course books of pragmatics. So some people argue that entailment is not a purely pragmatic concept, rather it's a logical concept which should be taught in some other course. However, there are certain things which are related to the meaning, and meanings are included in the study of pragmatics and semantics. This logical concept is symbolized by a symbol in front of you in the discussions about logical conceptualization of entailment. And in order to see this further, let's have a look at the examples of various entailments which may emerge from a simple sentence. Um, it is possible, rather, it's quite likely that there would be more than one entailments which may emerge from a single statement. For example, we have a statement here in front of you which says, Rover chased three birds, and we can see this statement as P. Then we have a list of entailments here in form of two. We have two, A, B, C, and D, and they all can be referred to as Q, R, S, and T. First entailment could possibly be something chased three birds, and the possible answer to this is Rover chased three birds. And then we have Rover did something to these or to three birds, and what he did, he chased them. So we have the second entailment here. Then we can have entailment like Rover chased three of something, or something happened simply. Uh, in representing the relationship between these entailments, we might say that P entails Q. We can draw a logical uh, sequence between these entailments, and which is sometimes may be necessary in order to understand the overall meaning of the speaker. However, speakers uh, sometimes do give us hint about the order of these entailments. What does he want to convey by uh, by saying a certain statements, and while decoding what he intends to convey, we might be able to order the entailments which may emerge from what he says. Speaker is necessarily committed to the truth of a very large number of background entailments which have been presented here. And in order to see how these may be ordered, we need to see how these have been uttered by the speaker. We might have a look at how a certain sentence has been uttered by a speaker, and we can decide that what were the intended meaning, or what the speaker intended to be foregrounded in a certain as a result of a certain statement as an entailment, and what needs to be backgrounded, or what needs to be put at the back. So we can order the entailments emerging from a certain sentence by looking at how it was uttered, or in which way in pattern it was uttered by the speaker. And in this regard, the key elements to be looked at uh, and on most of occasions would be the stress or the focus of the speaker, that which part of the statement has been focused or stressed upon more by the speaker may convey or may give us a hint that which entailment would be more important or should be foregrounded in such a situation. For example, in uttering the statement which has been mentioned already, Rover chased three birds, a speaker might emphasize on various parts of the sentence. For example, somebody might say, Rover chased three birds. So he or she is probably emphasizing on three here. In another sentence, somebody might say, Rover chased three birds. So it's the focus is on Rover here, the main character in the sentence. The speaker indicates in the first example, which I just shared, that the foreground entailment and the main assumption in this case is that Rover chased a certain number of birds because the emphasis was on three. So we can see that a certain number was of birds was chased. Therefore, this entailment could be took to the front, could be foregrounded. In the second, where the name of rover was emphasized, we can see that the main assumption in such situation can be that the something chased three birds. So it was rover. So how something is said or stressed upon in a linguistic rendition, we might, based on that, we might assume how the entailments of that statement may be ordered.